Guayaquil, better known as the Pearl of the Pacific, is the largest and most populous city in the country. The fusion of the climate, the warmth of people, and the history that surrounds the majority of tourist attractions have turned the city into a new point of visit within the country for domestic and foreign tourists. Leisure and recreation are the main reasons to visit the coastal city. Now we are going to present the top 5 of the main tourist places of Guayaquil. Number 5. Pier of the Salado Estuary. The Pier of the Salado Estuary, called like that for being located at the banks of the estuary with the same name, has an extension of 400 square meters. It was built in 2009 as part of the urban regeneration project of the city. The municipality of Guayaquil carried out this emblematic work and recovered and rehabilitated this sea arm, which in past years was a crowded beach resort and for a long time it was abandoned. Today this park is the pride and joy of the citizens of Guayaquil and a great touristic attraction. The area of the pier is distributed in two stories, one with a viewpoint to appreciate the estuary and the city. The top floor has a deck design that resembles a sail ship. It also has a suspended pedestrian bridge of 55 meters long. Beside the garden in the side there are fountains, rest area, outdoor square for artistic performance, flags like Guayaquil Pórtico de Oro, and other 3 squares that harbor different spaces that have monuments, fountains, and rest areas. The square comprises the food court and recreation area in which several monuments that depict the identity of Guayaquil can be appreciated, like the stained glass windows of Guayas and Quil, the Huancavilca Aborigines that gave the name to the city. There is also the sculpture Fish in the Water that represents the maritime identity of the city. In the food court there are several outdoor restaurants where tourists can taste different dishes from the coastal cuisine, which are mainly seafood dishes like all kinds of ceviches made of different fishes and seafood such as concha, shrimp, octopus, squid, etc. Also casseroles and pastries made of plantain and seafood, crabs in different varieties, encocados made of seafood and coconut, garlic marinated seafood, pasta or seafood salads and soup and rice dishes with seafood. There are also drinks and cocktails. Next, my classmate Eduardo is going to continue.
Number 4. Seminario Park. The existing park was built in the 19th century, in 1868, which had a huge 8-point star. Reason why the park was called Plaza de las Estrellas. In 1889, the equestrian monument to Simón Bolívar was built and the place was renamed as Plaza Bolívar. By then, philanthropic Manuel Seminario made an important donation to renovate the park that took the last name of the illustrious citizens. Seminario Park is also known as the Iguana Park. Simpsons. Number 3. Santa Hill. Santa Hill is the place where Guayaquil was born back in the 15th century. Between the decade of 1540 and 1550, when Spanish Diego de Urbina was recently the city at the foot of the Cerrito Verde or Cerrito de la Culata, which alongside the Carmen Hill formed an image similar to a saddle. For that, the city was called the Saddle City. Tell the story that a Spanish treasure hunter by the name of Nino de Lecumberri invoked the Saint Anna when he was facing death. When he survived in gratitude, he placed a cross at the top of the hill with the name of Santa Anna. Praying on it, since then the inhabitants start calling the place with the name that before was called Lonin Chau by the original aborigine. The 60-meter high hill is one of the most important viewpoints of the city that allows the presence of the city and its surrounding from the 350 view angle. To the north, it can be seen the intersection of the Babahoyo and Daule rivers, which from the Guayas River. To the south, the commercial center of the city. To the east, the Santay Island and Duran, and to the west, the Carmen Hill and the rest of the city. They are binocular at the viewpoint of the hill for the tourists. Santa Ana Hill is also a tourist area that can be accessed by the Diego Novoa staircase that are 4 by 444 stairs, where there are square roundabouts, museums, a chapel, a lighthouse, art gallery, craft shop, internet coffee place, bar and restaurant. Next, my classmate Luis is going to continue.
Number 2. Las Peñas neighborhood. With more than 4 years old, Las Peñas was the first neighborhood of Guayaquil, which took its name from the cliffs and limestone rocks that formed the hill back then when the Spanish settled in the 15th century. In 1982, the neighborhood was declared Cultural Heritage of Ecuador, and between 2002 and 2008, the place was restored and renamed by the municipality of Guayaquil. This neighborhood, born in colonial times, was destroyed in several occasions by the fires that assailed the city. The fact that the neighborhood was rebuilt in times of the Republic alienated its colonial style. Distinguished personalities from the spheres of politics, business, and culture live in the neighborhood. Among them, 11 presidents of the country like Carlos Arroyo del Río, Francisco Robles, José Luis Tamayo, Carlos Julio Arosemena, Tol Alfredo Carizo Moreno, and Eloy Alfaro. Writers like Enrique Miguel Gilbert, historians like Rafael Pino Roca, artists like Manuel Rendón Seminario and Alfredo Espinosa Tamayo, the educator Rita Lecumberri, and the musician Antonio Neumann, author of the lyrics of the national anthem. Number 1. Simón Bolívar Pier. This urban park, filled with nature, history, tradition, and modern beauty, is a tourist attraction that has a length of 2.5 kilometers. Visitors can find gardens, artificial lagoons, water fountains, viewpoints, docks, squares, and historical monuments like the Rotunda Hemicycle, Moorish Tower, Aurora Gloriosa, and the Statue of Olmedo, as well as museums, movie theaters, shopping centers, restaurants, bars, food courts, playgrounds, a craft market, and all of the attractions, services, and commodities that a tourist needs to enjoy a tour through the city. It also offers tours through the Guayas River. child zone can offer a lot of things that people can appreciate or play, like a viewer tower, hanging bridge, carousels, and skating rink. Exercise zone has some equipment which can be used by people to do, like aerobic, gymnastics, and outdoor exercises. This is a busy place for people who run from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. There are two food courts. One is located in the south, at the beginning of the pier, and the other to the north, where the pier ends. Several stores, some of them located outside to appreciate the Guayas River, which provides the tourists a cozy natural space. Integrate the food courts. There are also restaurants as well as coffee shops and ice cream stores that complement the gastronomic diversity of the place. In the food courts, one can find a wide gastronomic variety, since there are stores that sell fast food, national and international places, and even specialties like meat, seafood, and salads, among others. Thanks for watching.